Welcome to the Impact Stream. I'm your host, Malak Salaime, and our favorite question is, what's your impact? We're here to uncover purpose and impact-driven initiatives and the amazing people behind them right here in the UAE. And here with us today is Zaahirah Muthy, the founder of Zee Arts Gallery. So, let's start off with an important question. What's your impact?
Hi Malak, good morning. Thank you very much for Majra for having this beautiful conversation. For me, it all started with a dream that I want the world to see my art. But I didn't know where to start, how to start, who to contact. And Dubai was a place that I want to be. Coming from a small island, Mauritius, I remember I was just with my backpack on my shoulder and I landed in Dubai in 2011. Dubai so far has offered me a plethora of opportunities. I'm so grateful to be here. Dubai has changed my personality, has changed my career life, and make me who I am today. I would say, obviously, I fell down many times, but I never give up. I had this burning desire inside myself to never give up.
Oh, I love that, and I think it's beautiful that Zee Arts Gallery is a UAE born based organization, and it's great to know that the UAE has really given you that platform to really upskill and to really make your dreams a reality. It's such a thriving country, and our there's a lot of focus on sustainability, a lot of focus on environment and different subjects, arts and culture and heritage. And I really noticed that Zee Arts Gallery touches point on a lot of these impactful pillars. So can you maybe take me through, what Zee Arts is providing to the community here in the UAE?
So back in 2017, we've launched Zee Arts Gallery with the aim to create, connect, and celebrate artists from across the world. Today, Zee Arts has grown into an art incubator and empowering artists from across the world. We started back in 2017 with only 20 women artists coming from 20 different countries. And today I'm so proud to announce that we have so far empowered over 700 women artists coming from over 120 different countries.
So you have so many incredible initiatives, and I wanted to kind of touch point on SDG for Arts, which I know you're activating all 17 SDGs in the form of art. So maybe you can guide us through this.
Absolutely. The SDG for Arts is a project that is very dear to my heart personally, because this is where we're really making impact for art. For us, we firmly believe that art is a catalyst to make a social impact, and not is art is also universal language that connects people from across the world. And for SDG for Arts, we've launched the project during COVID time when the world stopped. People were not doing anything. And then I realized how we can support and empower artists. So I wrote the project. I contact the UN UAE, Dr. Dina Asaf, who lead the UN that time. So she told me about the Sustainable Development Goal, which was new to me at that time. So I did my research. I said, this is a fantastic opportunity to bring art to change people's life. So I wrote the project. I submit the project. I connect with 17 UAE-based artists from all the 7 Emirates. And then I start talking about the SDG to them. So they got 1 month to do their documentation, their research, and they come up with something really absolutely fantastic. So things that I would not even imagine. As you know, the Sustainable Development Goal, it's very complex. Sometimes it's politics, sometimes it's people don't talk about it. But art make life easy, as we said. So and also for children who cannot understand SDG, what is the Sustainable Development Goal. So the SDG for Arts really make it easy for children to understand. So that time we were still in COVID time. We couldn't make an exhibition because we were, I don't know if you remember, we had a certain number of people to invite and so on. So then Expo happened. When Expo happened, we got the opportunity to have this as a permanent collection during Dubai Expo at the UN Hub. And we are still very grateful to the UN UAE for giving us this opportunity. And then I realized, Zaahirah, this shouldn't stop here. It's such a beautiful project. You can bring this project out to every big cities and every small villages across the world. And that's what we've done. So coming from Mauritius, I did it during the Mauritius International Art Fair, during the Seychelles Biennale. We've done it in Germany, in Switzerland, in Bosnia, in Iraq, in Bangladesh, in Lebanon. So far, I'm so proud to mention that we have reached out to 16 different countries. and connecting over 300 artists from those countries. And our mission continue in this. So our aim is by 2030, we can reach out to the world and bring an awareness, raise awareness about the sustainable development goal. Another aspect of this project is also how we are connecting with private sectors, because we provide a bridge for them to partner with us as part of the CSR or their ESG. This is for you. You're not just supporting the art community, the beautiful, narrative or story of art, but you're changing people's lives. What we've done in Madagascar in January, we were there. You know, Madagascar is an island, and there is a huge water problem there. People don't have access to clean water. So what we've done, we partner with private sectors, obviously, and then we bring in 17 Malagasy artists, and we did an auction. And each artwork that we sell, we are building a well. And each well we are building is providing clean access water to 200 families.
I love that. I mean, I can tell that, you know, you're creating a movement. It's not just Z Arts Gallery. You're literally creating a movement. You're shifting minds both on a local level in the UAE, and it sounds like you've even upscaled on an international level. Can you give us some tips and advice on, like, as an entrepreneur, how were you able to expand and upscale your business?
Well, those people that we empower through our Art Connects women, the women that came to Dubai, because we call them the art ambassador of their country. When they have this title, it's not just a title, it's also a way, a call for action, what you can do to help your country, to help your community, and to help your society. So those women that we identified as art ambassador, they brought the project in their country. So through them, I managed to reach those countries. And now we empower those artists through capacity building, because it's not easy to connect private sectors, government entity, the UN in the country, gathering 17 or 18 artists. So we empower those artists to make them, an agent of change. So those artists help us to enter those countries, and sometimes for our network in UAE as well, we bring in private sectors to support those initiatives, which is making a global impact. So we continue to swim, we continue to make an impact, because we firmly believe that art is changing people's life, and art is making a global impact.
100%. And I mean, art is not just a form of expression, but it's actually sending out a story or creating a story through art. And I know that environment was such a big topic when it came to Z Arts. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about the unique art pieces that are kind of connected to sustainability and environment.
Absolutely. Zee Arts not only Zee Arts not only advocate for gender parity, children's, inclusivity, and other goals, but we also very much into environment. During COP28, we partner with COP, where we launch a project called United for Climate. And this is also another beautiful initiative, impactful initiative, that we connect the 17 Emirates through arts, where we had 13 artists coming from each of those Emirates. We worked with private sectors from those Emirates, as well as government entity from those Emirates. So what we've done, we collect recycled material. Like, for example, Dubai, we collect with a private sector the motherboard, and we build a baljil, which is representing the Dubai, architecture, traditional architecture, which is 3-meter height. And the artists, they create it here in Dubai. So each art pieces were created by the material from those Emirates, for the Emirates, in the Emirates. So it's so beautiful. And I run across the 7 Emirates within 3 months non-stop to make sure that all pieces are built in a perfect way to be presented during COP. And those pieces were public art. They were presented at the entrance of the COP. So it's also kind of showing how the Emirates are united through not only action, but also bringing artists together, private artists together, working with, for example, Dubai municipality. They sponsor the public art in Dubai. We had the Al Qasimi Foundation in Ras Al Khaimah who did the art installation. Also, we bring some artists from international as well. For example, the one that we've done in Ajman, it's very impactful. We did a campaign in the hotels there. It was partnered by Ajman Tourism. So all the hotels, we collect the spoon, all the cutlery. We collected 3,000 spoon. With that 3,000 spoon, we built a horse, an Arabian horse, exactly the size of an Arabian horse.
Oh, wow.
And this was made by
Impressive.
a Nigerian artist who we flew from Africa. And he collaborate, I would say, with an Emirati artist who wrote the calligraphy down the horse. So that was a stunning piece. And now this horse, you see it in one of the runabout in Ajman, displaying as a public art, which was born through our project United for Climate.
So all of these art pieces that were developed through COP28, through Zee Arts Gallery, in collaboration with international artists and
local
local-based
artists.
artists, that means I can visit all 7 Emirates and actually find these physical pieces
Absolutely.
in different destinations.
Different location.
Nice,
Yeah.
that's amazing. And I know, like, for example, Sharjah, it was connected to and inspired through knowledge. Can you tell me about the art piece that you guys developed for
Indeed.
Sharjah?
So what we've done in Sharjah was stunning piece. We worked with Dr. Suad Al-Shamsi, which is an Emirati artist, but also she's the first aircraft engineer. So what she's done, she used the aircraft tire, which is quite big. We wrap it with books. And we've done a campaign with Al Mawakib School where we collect all books. And we have a group of artists, a collective group of artists residing in Sharjah. They did the origami with the book. So the tire was wrapped beautifully with the books, like an origami, and it was a stunning piece of 2 meter by 2 meter. So this represents also Sharjah as the city of knowledge and also the recycled material where we collect the books to bring in this project. And in Fujairah, for example, Fujairah is also on the seashore. So we did a pearl, and the pearl was made entirely with a plastic bottle, the pearl. And then they were demolishing a theater to build a new one. So we collect those small pieces of wood. And then the artist from Fujairah Fine Art Academy, he built the whole entire shell with those recycled, all trash wood, I would say.
So it's like recycling and really using it, repurposing it for better reasons of creating art. So it
Absolutely.
really has to be a lot of creativity and innovation behind these artists to actually create these unique pieces that are displayed in all the Emirates.
Absolutely.
What would you say when it comes to, finding inspiration and being creative in the field of art?
Well, artists, they are storytellers and they love to tell their story. Art sometimes speaks the unspoken language, and inspiration doesn't come like this. It needs emotions, it needs stories, it needs tragedy, it needs pain, it needs happiness. So all these kind of emotions bring the creativity to the person. And I think Dubai is a great place to be for artists. And I would like to salute the initiative of His Highness Sheikh Mohammed to give the golden visa to artists in UAE, because this shows really a strong commitment to position UAE as an art and cultural destination, not only in Dubai, but Abu Dhabi, which is really promoting cultures. And I would really like to invite artists from around the world to check in UAE and see what is happening here, because this is the place we want to be, and this is where we can make a difference and our dream a reality.
Maybe to all of our listeners that are listening in, maybe you can tell them about what are some upcoming initiatives that are happening for Zee Arts Gallery and how can they participate?
Indeed. So now we're working on our next edition, the 9th edition of Art Connects Women, which is under the patronage of UNESCO. As I mentioned earlier, we have empowered so far over 700 female artists from across the world. And advocating for women artists is one of our core activity that we do at Zee Arts. Also, our SDG Forwards, next month we will be in India, we will be in Uganda, we're working with Turkey, we are going also in South Africa. So we continue to bring and to continue this story throughout the world by 2030, and we see where we are by 2030. Another initiative that I'm currently working on is the Mauritius Art and Cultural Investment Summit, which is something new happening in August. So if you want to come and to attend the conference, it's going to be the first conference in that kind in Mauritius and the island. So we're going to launch as well the first Biennale des îles de l'océan Indien.
And it's lovely because it connects back to home,
Absolutely.
So it's like a piece of home, you got UAE and Mauritius connected into one.
Absolutely.
I know that you're also kind of raising awareness when it comes to gender balance, when it comes to, Zee Arts Gallery. Can you touch point a little bit about how you're doing that through the form of art?
Yes, indeed. In the art industry, women artwork are valued lesser than male artists. And until now, despite all the efforts, if you go in any museum, you will realize that there are mainly male artists who are exhibited in the museum. So for us, our small contribution for Art Connects Women, we're strongly advocating for them, but it's not just an art exhibition. Throughout our conference, we talk about capacity building, how they can be a better artist. When it comes to their creativity, they are great. They do amazing stuff. But when it comes, for example, to build a portfolio, to talk about their art, to market their art, to be in the art market, to be seriously, because each artist at the end, they are also an entrepreneur. They are selling stories, they are selling their work, they are selling their emotions. So, how to do that? There is a set of skills that we are building through our educational program during Art Connects Women. As well, Art Connects Women, the third day, it's 4-day event. So the third day is we bring them to discover the cultural heritage of UAE, which is prominently important because people from outside, for example, someone from Africa or from someone from other part of the world, I mention Africa because I'm African, people have different mindset of UAE. But when they come here, they see the hospitality, they see how develop the art and cultural scene, the heritage, which UAE is built on the heritage from the past and now the future, and from the inspired by the present and moving forward for the future. People are inspired, and we want our artists to discover this cultural heritage of this lovely country. And fourth day, we do an award night. That's where we nominate them as the art ambassador, where they dress up. They dress up like a princess in their old traditional clothes, representing their country. So we get to see also the cultures of those countries. It's a melting point, as I mentioned.
I love this because it kind of connects me back to this is the year of community. And what you're doing is you're uniting the community both in the UAE and through the globe, and really having people, express their culture and arts and heritage all in one initiative. I think that's something that's fascinating. I wanted to kind of understand, when it comes to art, what are the challenges that you face as an artist? Any gaps or challenges that you face?
Absolutely. As an artist, I would say that there is a gender gap. So I have to double my efforts to get what I want. For example, gallery, sometimes they have this discrimination and we find lack of funding. So there is really a gap. For example, when we do Art Connects Women, we empower the artists. Many of them want to come here in UAE because it's a dream that we're making a reality. But there is a cost involved in this. So they have to pay their ticket, their hotels, Unfortunately, we cannot do that. So for them to get access to those resources is a challenge. And sometimes we can help them. We connect them with private sectors, with the embassies and so on. But sometimes it's challenging. I remember, I tell you a beautiful story. There was one woman coming, she desperately wanted to come to Dubai because, Dubai is a brand and to exhibit, to show the world her work. So she took a loan, single mom with 6 children. She took a loan, she come to attend Art Connects Women.
Oh, wow.
When she came here, she was really impressed and amazed by the hospitality, by the country, by the culture, by the art here, and by the artists from all over the world. She met someone here in UAE, and today she's working in UAE in a gallery. So this was a life-changing for her. As I mentioned, it's not just bringing people together.
Yeah.
I'll give you a second example. There was another artist who never saw a passport in her life. When she was selected to attend Art Connects Women, she was crying. She said, I don't know, I need a passport to come here. I don't know how, nah. And we empowered this young lady. She was only 19 years old.
Oh, wow. I'm so young.
We spoke to the mother because the mother said, where are you going? Who are they?
Yeah.
You don't know them. Maybe they will take you and you will never come back. All these stories. So we empower the mother, the family, I would say, and we empower the girl. When she reached the airport, she called me. I'm at the airport. We arranged pick her to make her feel comfortable. When she arrived, she was in tears, non-stop, to say, Zaahirah, I would never imagine stepping out of my village, not even of my country, but you bring me here in Dubai, in UAE. So it was, when you listen to those stories, it makes you have goosebumps.
Yeah,
but this is
I do. I feel like I have chills.
That's what drive us and make us, go, do it. You're doing good. Please don't give up.
The effort of uniting people, it's the, you know, you really have to go the extra mile, but the result and seeing the impact, it's I think it means the world.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There was also, I'll give you a last example before we complete. That was a beautiful example. There was a girl on wheelchair from Morocco. When she got selected, she don't speak. She just paint. She's on her wheelchair. She's physically handicapped. She came here in Dubai. It was last year or previous year, I don't remember. With the parents, the mom and the dad accompany her. When she go on stage with her wheelchair to pick up her award, people stand up clapping because this girl would never imagine, you know, to receive an award in Dubai as the art ambassador of her country. And she is painting incredible. She's painting her emotion. If you see her award that she's doing, she's just 19 years old. And for us, it's like, for this young lady who will be, you know, a woman in a couple of years, like young lady, for her to come here, it's something that, you know, we bring in inclusivity in the project. We give her an equal opportunity, same like anybody. So Art Connects Women is just not an art exhibition, but a gathering of soul, connecting women across the world, connecting continent, connecting private sector, connecting government, connecting policies to make a difference in the creative industry.
Yeah, and I mean, when it comes to creating impact, we always say at Majra, it's a ripple effect. It doesn't take one drop, you know, in the stream to make an impact. It takes multiple drops in the stream to actually create that stream into continuously flowing and continuously creating and magnifying that impact. And what you're doing really is incredible because you're uniting people. You're uniting people from across the world and then bringing them here in the UAE and magnifying that impact. So it's wonderful and it's incredible to know that, you know, Zee Arts is something that's existing and it's a movement that's ongoing.
And I would like to say, when you said bringing people together, you know, during Art Connects Women, you see it, how art is bringing people from different nations, different religion, different colors, different ethnic group, different caste, yet they don't speak the same language, but they speak the same language of art. Because for us as organizers, sometimes we find it difficult even to communicate with them because they don't speak English, but Google, thanks to Google, and you know, now we can make things easy. But how art really bringing people together, it's stunning, it's beautiful, it's extraordinary, I would say. And we are spreading a message of peace. How we as artists coming from different borders, different part of the world, different nation, different religion, we can sit on the same table and talk and have fun and celebrate together, and why others cannot do it.
Yeah, it proves that there's full inclusion. Nothing can stop anyone from being united together. Honestly, there's no reason not to, and it's beautiful because art is what's bringing people together. And at the end of the day, they're all expressing their emotions and their message and stories through art through Zee Arts. So I wanted to kind of wrap it up and kind of ask you, what would be, you know, something that you'd want to say to the community or to our listeners?
Well, I would say we need everyone to join us. We need private sectors, we need government entities, we need artists, we need the institutions who align their ESG or CSR with us. Please join us. Join us to make an impact. Join us to change people's lives, and join us to make a better world.
And when it comes to connecting back to you, I mean, what is the best form of connecting our listeners to you directly?
We're based in UAE, but we are global. So any part of the world now with social media, you can find us. It's Zee Arts Gallery on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. What else we have? Whatever. So we are here. It's just one click. Just we are very, very active, and we'll respond to you.
Amazing. And I know that you have a few different awards that you've received, including being Majra verified. Is there something you can kind of discuss on being Majra verified, and what are some of the benefits that you've actually got to gain from you know, collaborating with Majra on this?
Well, I would like to thank Majra to verify to our project, Art Connects Women and the SDG Frauds, because this gives credibility to our project. You know, it's showing the seriousness and the difference that we're making. As as well as it add value to our community. Because what Majra is doing, we align ourselves with what you are doing. So we're speaking the same language. And I think that it's a great opportunity for us to be here and to connect with other private sectors and other NGOs that making a difference. Because as you mentioned, and we talk about it many times, art bring people together. And I think with all of us, our efforts, we can really make a difference.
So, what is your impact at Zee Arts?
When we started the Arts Gallery, we started with only 10 artists. And I'm honored to say that today we have over 2,000 artists registered with us from across the world. For Art Connects Women, we started with 20 women artists. And today, as we celebrate the 9th edition next year, we have empowered over 700 women artists from over 120 different countries. When we come to SDG for Arts, we started it here in UAE back during 2020, during COVID time. And for this short span of time, we have reached out to 16 different countries from across 6 different continents and empower over 285 artists, as well as children, orphanage, children cancer survivors. When it comes to Africa Speaks 54, another initiatives that we've launched as well, we've done so far 2 editions, and our aim is to reach out to the continent and tour the Africa Speaks 54 across the continent of Africa. Now I'll talk about Little Picasso, another initiative that we've launched by mentoring children with special needs. So far, we have touched and mentored over 600 children. We went to Tripoli in Lebanon, in Bangladesh, in Mauritius, in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi. Recently, we've done the Atelier Little Picasso in collaboration with MAN, Social Service Authority, where we empower children with autism in Abu Dhabi.
I can really feel the impact that you're creating, and I want to say thank you so much for sharing your story and sharing Zee Arts Gallery to us. Thank you for participating in the Impact Stream, and to all of our listeners, stay tuned to listen to our next impactful story.